Have you ever received a card so cool that you opened it and were like, no way I'm throwing this away? Hello fellow crafters, my name is Ashley and welcome back to my channel, Create Craft Costume. Now, the question you just heard helps me address the elephant in the room. You're probably wondering, Ashley, why are you doing Christmas card projects in February? There are a couple answers to that, and one of them is I was part of a really cool Harry Potter Christmas card exchange group this year, and I got some amazing cards. Like, there's no way I can get rid of them after the holidays. In fact, this was supposed to be the first video on my channel, so I have all of the supplies, and I did not want to wait until next Christmas. Finally, the other reason is I don't want you to think about this as just Christmas cards. Yes, the Christmas cards were special to me, but you might get cards at Valentine's Day since it just passed, or you might get a special birthday card or something like that. So don't look at this as just a specific Christmas project. Look at this as how can you preserve special cards throughout the year or for your favorite holiday. So with that being said, let's get started. This first craft is heavily inspired by Crafts by Caitlin. The only difference is I'm putting a card inside mine and she put some pictures. I'll make sure to link it down below. But what you are going to need is you're going to need a shadow box from Dollar Tree, some faux snow, and a card of your choosing. The back of this is removable, and as you can see, so is the confetti inside. So we're going to remove this back, completely empty the confetti, and remove this dream text. As far as removing the text goes, this is my first time trying this, and I have heard that you can remove it with acetone. Off camera, I tried to remove it with this, and I'll be honest, I had zero luck. The only thing that I have been able to get to work is a razor blade, and it needs to be a sharp, thin razor blade in order to strip these letters off. At this point, since you've been handling it so much, you're going to want to give it a nice good wipe down before we continue with the project. Once our area is cleaned and prepped, we need to adhere the card to the backing. I just got rid of the paper because you can glue this right on here, and you'll notice that this doesn't quite fill both sides. However, I'm actually just going to keep it close to the top because not only is there a little lip, but since we're going to be filling this with fake snow, you won't be able to see the bottom anyway. So now I'm going to cut this card out, adhere it to the back, and move on to the next step. Once your card is on the back, you are ready to add the faux snow. And you're going to add the faux snow first because since this was put on with little nails, I'm going to hot glue this back on. However, the hot glue will probably seep through a little bit. So I want to make sure that I can get my faux snow shaken around so that it can hide that hot glue portion. And here is the final product. I really, really love how this turned out. All right, this next craft is really easy if you have the right card. I've seen cards that are set up and meant to be a scene, and what we're going to do is we're going to take this and turn it into a shadow box. So you need this type of card, 2 frames that fit the size, and some type of adhesive. The hardest part about this is honestly waiting for it to dry. So first we're going to unwrap our frames. And it is actually okay if one of them has a little bit of damage because we'll just make sure to put this one in the back. The other thing that's a benefit about these frames is they are a year-round item. So you can use these for any holiday card or any other shadow box craft that you would like to do. This next part is the most technical, but it's totally doable. First, you're going to cut your card in half to make sure that you have the 2 pieces that you want. Then you need to make sure that you determine
which one is the front and which one is the back. And what I mean by that is not just the card. I mean, for example, if you have any imperfections that you want to hide on the frame, this one is going to be on the back. And what that means is that these need to stay on. So the little metal pieces that hold the frame, these need to stay on because we're going to put this back on in order to hold the frame up. So that means this one is going to be our front piece. And in order to help glue this down better, we are actually going to remove these little metal pieces. Now, again, that means this is going to be the back, this is going to be the front. So we're going to start with our back portion first. We're going to take this and we're going to take out our mat, and we want to line up where we want our picture to be. You do want to make sure that you tape down every single side, because that way it won't flop around inside of your frame shadow box. Now, because this is the back, as I said, we are actually going to be gluing the second frame on top of this. And what that also means is we do not need this glass. This glass can be taken out. This next part is what I mean by the hardest part is waiting for it to dry. You're going to want to tack down your mat in every single corner. And the reason for that is because if you don't, you're going to have some movement. And I'm going to tack it down with more of a heavy duty adhesive option. The reason that I don't want to do hot glue is mostly because I'm worried about the drips in front. If you get drips in front, taking them off is a lot harder because obviously it's hot. So this does not dry as quickly, but it is a heavy duty adhesive. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this in all four corners. And on the bottle, it says, wait 5 to 10 minutes until adhesive is tacky. And then we're going to put this on top. Now, this does take 24 hours to cure. So this is what I mean by you're going to put both of your pieces together, and then after 24 hours, you can glue them on top of each other. The back portion is drying, so now it's time to work on the front. This one is a little bit trickier because you want to make sure that you line up all of your image. And in this particular case, I'm going to have to cut down just a little bit, and then we will do the same process and tape and line up for the front image. And again, you really want to make sure that you tack down all of the sides, including at the top, because if not, it will flop around inside the shadow box. And once you're satisfied, you're going to tack this down on top of the glass and let that dry for 24 hours as well. And once you glue the two frames on top of each other after they have dried, here is our finished product. I really love this piece, and for a little under $4, you get a really unique piece of Christmas or any other holiday decor. These are the next 3 items that we will be using to finish up our card crafts. So the thing that I want to say is make sure that you are paying attention to what items the Dollar Tree has coming out year round. This first one was an unfinished tray from the Crafter Square section. I just painted it white. I'm going to cut the front off of this card and I'm going to Mod Podge it right on here. Yes, this one really is that simple. Now we just have to let it dry overnight. And here is our final tray. You could use this as a tray in your bathroom or your bedroom, especially if you covered this with waterproof Mod Podge. But I think this is just such a fun, easy way to preserve any card that you like. This next one is another one with the tiny nails that has a removable back, but you can actually just push this one out since there's no glass here. And you can remove the finishing nails as well as this laundry. As you can see, that just popped right off. I know that you see some damage here, but when we put this back in, this is already going to be hidden by this lip. After this, the next part is just gluing on the card. Lastly, we needed to add glue to the corners, pop the back on, and this is what it looks like. And here is our final product. What I love about this one is it's so classic, and you can get this pretty calligraphy for almost any holiday. And I can see this being really elegant on top of a tiered tray or a mantle, and especially for how affordable and how easy it was, you really get your bang for your buck. So now let's go to our final and favorite craft. Now, as I said, this next one happens to be my absolute favorite, and it's because I have the perfect card to fit on this. So I'm taking this snow globe figure, and for this one, I already removed the burlap ribbon. And all I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna trace the image how I would like it to be. Once it's traced where you like it, all I'm gonna do is cut this out and Mod Podge it on the front. Now, before I do anything else to it, I am also going to turn this over and I will let it dry overnight. Once this is dry, since this already has Happy Christmas on it, I actually wanted to give this and make it look like a little bit more of a base. So I'm going to take some puffy paint and just build out a base at the bottom here. Now, this big bottle was from Walmart because it was just a better bang for your buck. But you can get little bottles of puffy paint at Dollar Tree. Once the puffy paint dries, it gives it a very nice 3D effect, and you can embellish it and finish it off in any way that you like. So this one I added some stickers, and this one I added a velvet bow. And I just love that I'm going to be able to save these Christmas cards and use them in my future decor. And there's my project for this week. Please again, remember that you can use these for any holiday cards, not just for the ones you receive at Christmas. And please tell me which one was your favorite down below. Leave a comment of 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. If you're liking what you see, I will have craft videos come out hopefully every week. Please, please, please consider subscribing, and I will see you in my next video.